Hello, my name is Yunjin and I'm an art therapist, and today we're going to talk about making a safe place, like in a classroom or in a house. Like you need to make your space safe for your children and your family, right? So I just want to talk about it a little bit today, how we can do it. Of course, they know that it's safe place like classroom or family home, they know that it's safe place, but sometimes it's not really safe. We don't have this safe feeling because some events or some kind of incidents happened, and you don't have this kind of emotional safety in your family or in your classroom, right? So I just wanted to introduce what I do to make this space a little bit more safer, and we just kind of remind us um, to work, to be safe in that place. Like it can be classroom, it can be our family. So yeah, so we're gonna do. You see my little hands over there. So this is what I do every time I see or start my programs. With students or sometimes children, sometimes youth. Adult. Doesn't matter, but it's very important for me to hold the space really safe for me and the students or participants, right? So this is what I do at the beginning always. So I'll show you one. So here we go. So it's like a little hand. So you kind of trace your hand on the paper. It doesn't have to be red paper. White paper is fine. Any paper, right? So first of all, you just trace your hand. Let me just do it. And here we go. So we have a big hand there. I'll just connect it at the end so I can cut it. This is my hand. So this shows you yourself. So you can start with this and you can basically cut it. There we go. I found one pair of scissors, right? Let's cut it. You just you can see the shape of hand. It's a hand, but it actually presents you and your student or your family members, right? So you can write value, some value that keep ourselves really safe, in the same place, and nobody's really hurting each other emotionally, physically, right? So you need to just remind them. So we all know it, like in our head, but sometimes it's just really hard to do this, right? So we just remind our value to be safe, right? Let's say my example I did with one of my clients was no judging. Like, especially it's art, right? So it's really hard to not to judge, like be judgmental to yourself, right? Like, oh, it doesn't look good. Like it's really visual, right? So they just judge themselves like right away, instantly. And then sometimes it's very negative, and they get anxiety of that because of that, because they're not good enough, and they're judging themselves, and they're being so harsh sometimes. Even the little kids, they can be really harsh. But, especially art class and other classes too, like mathematics or, language, whatever, you shouldn't judge you, too harsh at the beginning. It's learning process. You just didn't know before, but you know later because you try. You just, make effort, right? That's what we want. And no judging is the first one. And the second one is be kind. So it's the same thing, but we just go further, not judging yourself, but just be kind, be kind to yourself. And oh, you just made a mistake, but that's okay. You can just go on, and then you can learn more. And even if you made mistakes, who cares, right? You learn from there and then go ahead. Like, do not be harsh. So be kind to you and to others too. And the third one I put was no violence. This is very important. It's physical violence, of course. You're not allowed to have those violent people in your classroom or in your family, right? But also emotional violence is really, really bad, and it hurt their emotions, and it just gets bad, later on if you just let it happen, right? So everything negative toward others, right? Negative activities, negative kind of body languages, negative kind of a sound they're making. It's all violent, right, to others. So we just want to remind them not to do that. So this is the value that we keep. And then to do this, we put our name too. So I'll put YJ on my thumb. And you can actually decorate it with your students, your family members, however you want, and they'll actually have fun. Okay, so there's no judging. And this classroom is going to be so kind, right? We're not going to be violent to each other. We're not going to be rough. It's a safe place. And we come to this place every single time. And we want to keep this peaceful and safe because we want to learn here, not get hurt. So this is very, very good value, and we need to remind them. And I just suggest this, like, you don't have to do like every week, but still, like, you feel that you have this kind of atmosphere, like classroom atmosphere, meeting, or your family atmosphere is kind of being really stressful and tough, right? Then you know what? You can actually do one more time. And it's a good reminder. It's a great reminder that it's safe. And I know all the teachers, they want to hold the place to be safe too. The teachers are having like big heart to embrace many, many kids. And they need to be safe too, emotionally, with the kids, right? So including teacher, we need to remind ourselves. And mother, father, you're the leader of the family. And sometimes um, well, parents can be um, loud, kids can be loud, and sometimes it's overboard, right? Going overboard, then that makes everyone feel really like stressed, right? It's a reminder. Nobody's perfect. No one, no family is perfect. No classroom is perfect. No, no, no. We all know that. So we just keep reminding our class and our family that we can keep this, and put your name there. It's almost like engraving, like it's gonna be there with you, and you wrote this, right? Just like signature. It's really unique, your handwriting and your art, and this is significant, to each person. So whenever you're done, you can actually do attach the artwork on the wall, just like that everyone can see, right? So that everyone can see. So, okay, that's my work. And I said that, I wrote it, and I signed it. And it's going to be there for a while, a week. For me, usually my program goes like, 6 weeks, right? 6 weeks or 10 weeks, it'll be there. Every time you come over to my space, your space, this is a safe place that we agreed on. So we are going to just put and see the safe signature every time. So yeah, this is a small artwork making, um, and it's been working really well actually. It's they just remember to be safe, and then even if they were in a bad mood at the beginning, but we do this activity, then after that they are kind of calm, they can actually go on, right? Just be mindful that what they're saying, how they act, to this classroom, in the classroom, and doing some activities. Like I said, especially artwork, it's like so visual, right? So right away it just tells you which line is off and not, right? So be kind, like, it's really normal to just erase and fix, right? And erase your mistake and just do it again. And you don't have to change your paper every time you just make mistake, right? Sometimes you can't change the paper, just like our life. We have one body, we have one life, and we cannot change sometimes. Why? Sometimes it's not your choice that something was drawn or written in the past, but you still have the paper, and that's you. And sometimes you cannot even change, right? Like paper, yeah, maybe you can replace it, but we're not paper. We are human, and we can't change it. So yeah, it's a reminder for um, our attitude too, right? Like the positive attitude that we only have um, one body and one soul, that you can work on for the future, but you cannot do anything about the past, right? So yeah, that's another thing. Many things actually. You can actually share many stories like this, life lesson, meaningful quotation, meaningful lines and stuff like that, so that you show that it's okay to make mistake. We can fix it, right? But you also have to be careful to take care of this one paper, one piece of paper you got, right? And yeah, so it's a small action, but I think it works. And it doesn't have to be hand. It can be any shape, but because it's a body part, um, you can actually relate more because it's from your body part. It's just tracing the same size of your hand and shape. So more like personal, I think, and the process itself give them some idea that, oh, we care, we actually care. Um, so yeah, that's today's little art section, and I'm so happy that I can share this with you. So if you have any other questions about art making and making safe place and go further, I'm glad to just answer those. Just let me know. I'll just find how I can help you with art making. So, or share your good ideas, right? Like I know the teachers, parents, you're raising your kids and you're educating your kids. You have lots of ideas. Share it, like, I this is really simple, but I share it because it really worked for me, right? So if I hold it just to myself, like, what's the point? I just wanted to share so that other people can see the, good reaction from the classroom and good reaction from the family members so that we can keep this place safe. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll just come back later and then we'll see you more with more artwork. Okay, I'll see you later. Bye.